Welcome to 103 FM's Divali Khaana. Today, for the special occasion of Diwali, I will be taking you through a simple peanut butter and chocolate barfi recipe. My name is Siddhi Sankar. This peanut butter and chocolate barfi is exciting because it's in two layers, a peanut butter layer to the bottom and a chocolate barfi layer to the top. So let's get started. To our pot, we begin by adding our super cow full cream powdered milk. Here I have 5 cups already measured. At this point, on a medium-low flame, we cook our milk powder until it begins to develop some color and additional caramelized flavor. Today, my utensil of choice is a wooden spatula or a dabbler, conveniently found at the Little Store Limited in Kira. Turn your milk powder evenly to avoid burning at any point. You'll know that your milk powder is almost ready when it's very dry, very similar to rice powder. This may be hot, but you can test it by simply rubbing it between your fingers. Our milk powder that has been extra dehydrated, we now transfer to a bowl. At this point, we're going to take 1 cup of Super Cow's full cream powdered milk and combine that with 200 milliliters of regular water. Stir to combine to form a very thick milk mixture. Now, in the very same pot, we add our 1 cup of milk mixture. To that, we add 3/4 cups of sugar and a 1/4 teaspoon of Chattak's ground spice. Just a little bit of Chattak's ground spice or cinnamon can go a very long way. Mix well to combine. Today, our utensil of choice is our KitchenAid spatula, generously sponsored to us by Parts World Limited. As the sugar dissolves, this mixture will become a thick, consistent syrup. As soon as the sugar is all dissolved, we add our final element of flavor for this layer, 2 to 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. You can use smooth peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter, or any of your favorites. Peanut butter normally has a lot of salt in it for flavor and to help achieve its desired texture. Should you not want to use salt in this barfi recipe, you can opt to grind or form your own peanut butter by simply toasting some Chattak blanched peanuts, and when it is cool, add them to your food processor and let them blend until peanut butter is formed. Then you can simply add it to this recipe. As the mixture comes up to a boil, lovely nutty flavors fill the kitchen. We're going to allow this to boil and simmer for just about 2 to 3 minutes or to develop our pag, which is simply a sugar syrup. Little by little, we add our toasted milk until it is all incorporated into our pag. So my first third went in, and as that pulls, I'm going to add another third. And because I feel as though my barfi is coming in too quickly, I'm just going to add just about a tablespoon of water. Now this will help get my mixture going once more. Now we want to keep mixing this mixture to achieve a lump-free batter. The more we mix, the more smooth it becomes. Again, with our last quantity of our milk powder. Ideally, we want to cook this until the mixture comes away from the pan. And as this pulls away from the side, we know we're ready. Here I have a 9 by 13 baking dish, and I'm just going to use a few drops of nariyal coconut oil to coat our pan. And nariyal coconut oil is a lovely addition to this dish because it lends another layer of nutty flavor. Finally, at this point, we want to remove the heat and transfer almost immediately our peanut layer out of the pot. This peanut butter layer may need some assistance to be evenly spread out through our baking dish. And the KitchenAid spatula is perfect for that. Gently press and compact the layer into a nice, even paste. Let's set this aside and allow it to cool. In the very same pot, we begin the process all over again. Now, we repeat the process using 3 tablespoons of Super Cow's full cream powdered milk, 100 milliliters of water. Next, we add 1/4 cup of regular granulated sugar. We add 3 heaping tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. That chocolatey goodness is simply spectacular. At this point, once more, we switch our utensil to our wooden spatula or dabbler. As the part begins to pull, add your milk in thirds, stirring evenly. At this point, I'm just going to enlist some help from our cinematographer, Mr. Vasan Samuel of Signature Photography. To complete this chocolatey goodness, we're going to add just a few drops of chocolate essence conveniently found on the shelves of the Little Store Limited. We introduce our chocolate mixture on top of our peanut mixture. This should form a thin layer over that lovely peanut butter crust. Very carefully and evenly spread the chocolate layer over your peanut butter layer. Be careful, this mixture is very hot, and hot milk and sugar tends to burn very easily. So we want to form nice defined layers between the peanut butter and chocolate layer. Again, special thanks to our friends at Parts World Limited for these lovely KitchenAid utensils and appliances. And here we have our barfi in our baking tray. It looks simply scrumptious. I'm going to use some peanut butter chips and some chocolate sprinkles. These sprinkles were lovingly provided to us by the Sisters of Saffron Patisserie. Thank you so much, ladies. Traditionally, we use sprinkles on top of our barfi in Trinidad. Now, we set our barfi aside to cool, and after 2 to 3 hours, we cut. And we're back as our peanut and chocolate barfi has set up very nicely. It's firm to the touch, very firm. It's well set, and it's time to dig in. Of course, I'm not doing this alone, so I'm going to invite our B-roll cameraman, Mr. Prem Tom from Signature Photography, to come on down. So Prem, you see in those lovely layers. Peanut butter is so rich,
salty.
Lovely balance between salty and sweet. The cocoa powder, I mean, that layer is so delicate, and that essence really flows through the chocolatey flavor of the cocoa powder. This is simply superb. So that brings us to the end of another episode of 103 FM's Divali Khaana. Thank you for joining us. Shubh Diwali.
Bye.